What up, y'all? It's Alex. We're breaking down the arrangement of Crispy Bacon by Laurent Garnier today. It's going to be awesome. Very simple, straightforward track that does a lot with a little. We're going to start off with our kick and our bass line that are just cruising. Alright, I just want to point out there's this little white mark here because this is a key part of the song. This bass line is going to have these little notes hitting out of place every so often, or perhaps not out of place, but they're just breaking apart from this constant do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do, and that just creates a little bit of excitement, because to me this track feels like part of what makes it so exciting is that throughout the track you're getting teased. You're getting teased until the very end by having these little notes move up and down. But let's just keep listening. We're going to have more stuff coming in soon. And yeah. This says WN white noise because every time this up note hits, you hear a little psst in the back. And on this one, that psst is louder. So listen to this one versus this one. See how it's louder? And I just think that's important again because so much of this track is interesting by having this simple thing feel alive, and these little variations give you that. So there's this little like drone static thing. I say that because it sounds like he just has like a synth, and I think throughout the track or throughout the song, this thing is doing something. So here you hear it emerge, just going, just kind of giving you some like foreshadowing, and it kind of fades out here. But this is going to be a recurring part here. See how we're getting a little bit more of those little bam happening here. So again, we're going to keep getting a little more breakaways. This is pink because it just sounds way different. Like just listen to it one more time. This might be on a different track, but you do get this like this like high noise thing happening, and then you can really hear a very big difference when you hit this thing here. Normally it's just been going bow. But here it goes like, mwah. Yeah, so it's just more exciting. It sounds like he probably just like messed with the cutoff filter of the synth at the end. And now we're gonna get the introduction of the offbeat, which is very important. Cool, so see, we're still just cruising. Nothing too crazy so far. You know, we drop out the kick at one point. Oh, also, again, we have that offbeat come in. And I just want to point out one thing with that offbeat is it is a simple offbeat. Then every once in a while we get this cool little... And I like how it's kind of sloppy sounding. It's not totally on the grid. It has a lot of swing to it. I just like that because, again, it helps this track just feel like a little like battery that's about to blow up. And yeah, then the kick's gonna drop out here, which makes you go, what's going on here? And then don't worry, we're coming back in with the clap. So we're just heating up the oven a little bit more. We haven't put I can't think of something good. The chicken's not on fire yet. I don't know. The oven's getting hotter, but it's not blowing up the house yet. All right, now we're still increasing the temperature. So we have this additional offbeat. So now we're getting more of like a versus just a here, listen for that. And then the 909 offbeat, just because you got to do it. So again, just more temperature increasing. And now, at this point, the bass line is really starting to variate a bit more than it has so far. But again, as we're turning up the oven, he's teasing us. See, he's like, let's chill again. So we just had some increase in tension. Now he's gonna drop the tension again. We're dropping out those claps, dropping out the 909, cooling off a little bit. The drone is now taking on a little bit more of a role here. See, like here it's like brrr, and then here it's like boo. I feel like that's just really nice because it helps us go, like, because we still haven't had a big explosion or like a huge change in anything, and we're like 2 minutes and 40 seconds into the track, and so I feel like this drone, it helps give us some variation to keep us still interested in like sticking around to hear what's going to come later. So that's really nice. See, like it wants to explode. We're just not exploding yet, so we're still going to be chilling here. Listen here, this drone is starting to get some, I'm assuming it's coming from the drone. It could be coming from here. I'm not exactly sure, but you're starting to hear some like brrr, hear that like right there. And so even that drone in the background is getting more exciting. We're just kind of dropping out some drums, adding some drums back in. We dropped out the kick, which is a big deal, because now we're setting the table. We're about to go into the hyper mode. So by dropping out this kick, you know, it just leaves us wondering, look at all these little dots. The bass is really starting to expand more. It's eventually going to get us to a really good space over here. All right, you see what's happening. So this MIDI is not exact, by the way. You probably noticed it. But basically, yeah, at this point in the breakdown, we start getting the crazy bass line. Now, it sounds like in the sub, it's still going do-do-do-do-do-do-do. So maybe, I'm not positive how this was done, but maybe this is like just the filter being a little bit more open, or maybe another oscillator was flipped on. But whatever. If anything, we're getting like that quintessential crispy bacon vibe right here. And then we just add in all the drums. Now we're like finally done teasing, and we're just going to bring it. So you're getting offbeats flying, 909 offbeat as well. The drone is cruising. It's going doing all that sort of shit. It's just gonna keep riding. Then we're gonna drop out the 909 for a second, bring it back in. So we're really just having fun with this 909 by taking it out, bring it back in, because it happens again here and here. I just changed this to green because while this is like nice and firing like crazy, rhythmically it does change a little bit when it comes green, and then rhythmically it changes again when it gets pink. I just think that's important because that just helps give us variation, and variation typically, or at least oftentimes, lets us extend out sections to make them more interesting, so we're not just hearing the same thing over and over again. So just listen to the differences in rhythm between the white, whatever color this is, and then the pink. A lot of notes start being missed at the beginning. Instead of going, it's going like, and then here I think it drops out even more. Yeah, there's barely any notes played here. I know that they're marked in, but just ignore those. You can hear it. Just look at the pink. Focus on the pink. Pink is the change from here. But yeah. Yeah. By the way, this drone thing in the background is really cruising. You can hear just going like pretty simple. So yeah, basically the bass line just kind of returns towards what it was at the beginning. Then we're just going to fade out here. I'll play that in a second. But basically, if you're wondering, how do I make a track like Crispy Bacon? Get a super dope bass line. Just tease it out by having it get into a more, like, eventually to get to a more aggressive place. But on the way there, just tease it a little bit. It's kind of like foreplay, honestly. You know, just you're giving some highlights, but you're not climaxing until over here. And you just want to keep your listener interested to hear a little bit more by having, oh, here's a little note, here's a little note, here's a little drone static, here's a little offbeat. Oh, we're going to drop off the kick and chill for a bit. Here's a little clap. We're still not erupting. You know what I mean? Here's a little more offbeat. Here's dropping out the kick again. We're going to chill. But now here's the big deal. And now we're just going to cruise on this big deal, variate the big deal a little bit, and then we're just going to be done with it because now, you know, peak is over. Climax is done. So now it's time to chill. And yeah, so let's listen to that. We'll listen to this fade out. Please subscribe if you've liked this so far. Send me an email or hit me on Instagram or something if you want the MIDI files or Ableton projects so you can look at this. Again, they're not exact, but it's cool to look at for arrangement purposes. Let me know in the comments what else I should break down. And yeah, so here we go. Here comes the fade out. Thank y'all so much for watching. That's it, y'all. Check out some more of our videos. We've got like around 40 breakdowns. More are coming. Love y'all. Bye-bye.